Hi, my name is Dylan Watson. I'm here from Valor Media, here today to welcome Beth Hutchinson to talk about her military experience and the Salute the Service hockey game. Welcome.
Hello, Dylan. Lovely to see you.
Yes, of course. So, my first question today is, what is it like to run the Salute the Service hockey game?
It's a little bit crazy because there are so many different elements that are going on during the game, but one of the things that I appreciate the most and what really drives me is that the hockey program really desires to have an evening that honors military appreciation, to spend a moment and honor the service time that men and women put in protecting the freedoms that this country guarantees. And so it's that drives it. I've had a lot of people go, "Hey, how did the game go?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I don't know. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off." But everyone has told me it was amazing. And the nonprofit that we supported and all the veterans that were there that evening thanked Valor. They thanked me. They thanked the hockey team. So that's what I go off of. I think it was a really incredible event, and I'm always grateful for Valor students and their participation too.
So, what is like the biggest purpose of the hockey game? Like, I feel like everyone knows what it is, but I'm wondering what the purpose is.
So back in the graduating class of 2018, we had a senior hockey player. His name is Luke Wheeler, who headed into his hockey season, wanted to find a way to be able to take a moment and honor veterans of all branches, and then to also set aside the opportunity in his own family lineage to honor the military service from his ancestors. And so he and his dad and a couple other few of us, the committee was really small back then, worked to try to weave a couple of elements in that evening to allow the Valor community the time and space to be able to honor the military service that was represented by Valor students in the hockey program, by Valor alumni. By that point, I think we had in our 20s, or in the 20s, as far as how many former Valor students we had that were serving in some capacity in one of the branches. And then each year, the senior hockey players have been able to dedicate the game to or in honor of someone from their family lineage that has been in the military. So I feel like it's multifaceted. We always try to make sure and thank and support I'm trying to remember the exact name of so they're called the Warrior Avalanche Sled Hockey Team.
Okay.
They are the nonprofit group that the hockey team has chosen to honor as well. So again, lots of parts, but the entire purpose of it is for us in our hearts and minds to just take a minute and thank someone bigger than us who is serving in some capacity in our stead to protect our freedoms.
That's all good. So to go into a different topic, what military impact have you had on your life?
Oh, thank you. I always joke that probably in a former life, I was serving in the military because I love to ride horses and be out in the wilderness and do all that. But I believe an appreciation of the military and also of first responders was just instilled in me very young, because I have family members. I have an uncle who served in Vietnam. I have a grandfather who joined the military right at the end of World War II, did all the training, but was never sent overseas. And then I just have a deep love and appreciation of people who are willing to stand in my place in circumstances. So from an early age, I've always been taught, to quickly thank first responders when I see them and to be appreciative of our military. And then I have been married twice. My first husband passed away in 2007. And he was in the military. So I served for several years as a wife, fiance, and then, I went the wrong way. Girlfriend, fiance, wife, there we go, of a guy in the Army. And so I've experienced it from a family perspective. I'm always very quick to thank family members because my statement is always that the family serves as much as the soldier, just in a different capacity. So that's probably from a me side where I kind of come from. I just know the sacrifice that people can't really even put words to. You have someone that's serving, military and first responder.
Of course. And so going off of, I know your husband passed away, and so I just wanted to ask, what branch and like job did he work in the military?
Sure. We were stationed out of Fort Bragg, which is in North Carolina.
Mhm.
It's just below the capital city of Raleigh. And he was in the 82nd Airborne, which means he's one of those crazy, awesome guys who thinks that a plane is better to jump out of than stay in. And so
Oh my gosh.
they're the guys that are trained in active combat to paratroop into active armed combat situations.
Mhm.
So he was a paratrooper for one, but then his second, he called it his daily job, was he was a mechanic. So
Okay.
primarily a mechanic for Humvees, but could work on Jeeps and some of the smaller vehicles. He didn't work on planes and he did not work on tanks, but he did all the other wheeled vehicles.
Yeah. Okay. Going also into a different topic. So what do you think is like important for like military holidays and like celebrations? I know we have a lot of them, but like what do you think are like the importance of those?
I think, like a lot of holidays, if we are handling them correctly and not just saying, yes, I get a day off of school, it's to pause for a moment and reflect on the freedoms and rights that we have in our daily lives based off of the sacrifice of someone else. So, take Valor's incredible Veterans Day celebration a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I'm just so grateful that we as a school set aside a moment to say, yes, our core academic classes are really important, but it's really important for us as a community to sit in reflection, to put our hands together in appreciation, to have a moment of silence,
Mhm.
whatever the holiday kind of dictates, for us to be able to say that there's something bigger and more important than me. There are valuable people who have sacrificed so much that need to be told in just a moment of appreciation that we see them, we appreciate them, and we're eternally grateful for their sacrifice and for what they've done.
Mhm.
Um, I would say for all of you guys, any veteran, any first responder that you ever see, if you thank them for their service, it will probably be the best moment of their day. I In our family, we have a habit of, especially because a lot of veterans will wear baseball caps that have military insignia on them, and so we'll just stop them and say thank you for your service. And I always love the kind of shocked, like, oh my gosh, because they're shopping at the grocery store,
Mhm.
whatever it may be, of someone just pausing, me pausing in my day to take a minute to tell them how much I appreciate them.
Yeah.
Um, it's always really wonderful. I
Mhm.
got to meet a Medal of Honor winner years ago in an airport. I was flying
Mhm.
somewhere, I can't even remember where. And he was in his wheelchair. He had a service dog, and I was able to shake his hand and just tell him thank you. And his family standing behind him burst into tears because,
Oh my gosh.
he's in a wheelchair and everyone
Mhm.
just stares at him, but you took the time to come and say thank you.
Yep.
Um, you know, what did it take? 30 seconds out of my day. It always makes me cry when I think about it too.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I think everyone should. Everyone should also like appreciate all the veterans. So I just want one last thing. So what should everyone take away from this interview?
I think a great takeaway is to pause and think about the rights and freedoms that we have, and then in some small way, how you pass a thank you or a gesture forward.
Mhm.
Um, if you have a neighbor who's a veteran, even if the person, let's say, is a little bit of a recluse or someone who's hard to connect with, at some point when you see them headed to their mailbox, stop and say thank you.
Yep.
I think in a digitally driven society, we often forget how important human interactions can be. And so I'm always just grateful to extend a hand in, a thank you handshake, or to look someone in the eye, use their name if I happen to know it,
Mhm.
and just tell them that I'm grateful for everything that they've done.
Well, thank you so much.